Hey, welcome to something a little bit different here. I obviously wanted to play leagues, and I decided, hey, why not just record all of my progress and put it all in a single video with all of my experience. By the time you're watching this, leagues is already over and whatnot, so yeah, I apologize, but I have a plan to get rank 1, which is to start leagues like 2 days later. No, seriously, I'm just gonna go through it and enjoy it. It's probably one of my favorite casual game modes out of the year, so I'm just gonna enjoy it, record some things, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so I don't know exactly what I'm gonna be doing these leagues. I obviously always have the objective to max, because I think that's really fun, especially because of the times XP. But I think I'm gonna go for the blowpipe one tick dream that I had on Leagues 2 that I never actually got to do, so yeah, so I could go any of this, but I think that for the most part this should be easy. Yeah, so I think out of all of them, essentially Trickster is probably the best for me, because I think that the other two with the multiplier and everything and all of the PVM, I think you can easily max all of the stats. And this one, honestly, novelty, because this is a new relic. I'm probably gonna go with this one, and they should probably conclude the tutorial. Yes, okay. And we can end the tutorial. Oh my lord. There we go. So, I don't exactly have a very good game plan or anything like that. I did not think about literally anything before this, so I think that what I'm gonna be doing is just gonna be looking through the tasks. I'm gonna be knocking them out. I'm gonna be potentially doing whatever quests I also need to do until I get the second relic. Okay, so we have another relic to unlock, and I think that between both of them, while this one does give a lot of teleports, because you're only gonna have 3 regions, I think that probably the Fairing one is better, as I think you unlock more stuff, or at least it covers more ground depending on the regions that you have unlocked. So I think I'm gonna go for it, and there we go, that's the second relic unlocked. And we also got an XP boost as well, as this gives XP boost, I think. Yes, so from 5 times to 8. Okay, there we go. Huge HP. I already had some Slayer because I did it for a couple of tasks, but the most important thing, nice 2500, we have access to a new area. Now we need to go to a bank to unlock it, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we can unlock a new area. Now, usually what I'm planning on doing is Desert, Turn 1, and Corinth. Now, the problem is the order here. Since I'm probably gonna want a blowpipe soon, I'm probably gonna go turn 1 second. I actually wanted to go first, but I don't think there's a lot of tasks there, so I think I'm gonna choose current. And I'm gonna choose current for 2 reasons. Number 1, there's a lot of early content, and number 2, there's a lot of late content. So I don't think I'm gonna run out of tasks or anything like that or struggle to just go to the other regions, so I think I'm gonna end up choosing current first, and then I'm gonna go turn 1, and then lastly I'm gonna go desert, primarily because desert, while it does have the Missouri kit, yeah, it's I don't even have Asgarnia for the fortified version, but it does have the Missouri thing and whatnot, and I just wanted the Toa, so for now I'm actually gonna go current because I think it's the best thing to go right now at least. So we click unlock. And there we go, current has been unlocked. I'm just gonna stick mostly still to the Mistalin area, because there's still a lot of tasks I can actually go through that are pretty easy to complete, and I'm near my next relic. Okay, so I'm here for the last task where I'm searching for. I need to get a jade from here, and I should get a new relic. So yeah, hopefully this doesn't take too long. Oh, there we go. Tier 3 relic. Right, so relics. I have 2 choices, either Fire Sale or Banker's Node. Okay, so overall I think I'm gonna go for a Banker's Node. I just think it's better than Fire Sale. While Fire Sale can definitely be better right now, I think it just completely drops off. And for me, I think that Banker's Node is just better, especially when it comes to just trying a lot of different content and whatnot. So yeah, and finally we're gonna unlock next, or relics, which or the combat relic next. But we still have a few points to go. Okay, so I think I'm done with pretty much most of the Karanja tasks, at least the ones I can do now. There are some easy ones that I could do, like I could just get my combat up and get a Druidel Slayer task and whatnot. However, I just don't think it's necessary, at least not right now. I'll just, you know, come back later and do the tasks that require skills and stuff like that, like I will for Mistalin. For now, however, I think that what I'm going to be doing is move on to Zea and Kiran in general, because I think there's a lot of tasks there that are early levels that I can actually make. I have a lot of points to get there, and definitely I will just very easily get my next relic. However, I think that above everything, what I'm going to be doing right now is just Wintertodt, because there's a lot of points required, or there's a lot of points tied to Wintertodt. There's a lot of points tied to just, you know, leveling up, fire making and stuff like that. And there's like 200 Wintertodt kills, so I'm probably gonna go for that, which will take a while. So I think I'm just gonna go for it right now. get all of that out of the way, and then, you know, I have probably a lot of points and whatnot for the next relic. I'm probably not gonna take long until the next relic, however, I'll probably be back once I'm done with Wintertodt, and then we can choose the next relic. Okay, so we're actually about to unlock our next relic a little bit before than I anticipated. I guess, you know, there's a lot of tasks that you can do, and I was getting 50 fire making for... Okay, that's a lot of HP, what the fuck? Okay, that's nice. But yes, as I mentioned, I was getting 50 fire making for Wintertodt, and we ended up just getting the next relic, so let's actually choose it now. Obviously, between these three, I already said that I was gonna go for Archer's Embrace, you know, for the ranged, so yeah, it's nice. Select, confirmed, and we are locked in. And as you can see, we have a new region to unlock. Now, I said that I was gonna do Wintertodt, but then I realized that the kills are super slow, and I'm probably just gonna do like 50 KC or something, unless I go for like 50 mil fire making XP or something along those lines. So I decided to take a break from it. I did get some kills, and I did get 90 fire making, but yeah, I'm still doing tasks and whatnot, especially because the next relic passive effect is that the XP is going to be multiplied from 8 to 12, and while it's not the max, 12 is not the max is 16, I don't feel that I'm gonna be losing all that much XP after I get 12, and after I get 12 is when I actually start working on my stats, which a lot of them are still lacking, because for the most part these stats are essentially me just running around and doing tasks. I never actually tried to train a skill yet. But yeah, we got a new area, and the original plan was to go Turnwen and eventually Desert. Again, Desert as Missouri, so Desert as the away, I'm gonna definitely go for that one. I already picked Corinth. Now, for the region in between, I was torn between Turnwen, Kandarin, and Skarnia. And that's because this is essentially Zulrah, one tick blowpipe, and it has the Corrupted Gauntlet, it also has Volcano and everything. Proof is like really good. And I find it really interesting, so yeah, we could go Turnwen. However, Turnwen is mostly for Zulrah and one tick blowpipe that I wanted to go. I think that Asgarnia has a lot of content, especially when it comes to PVM, especially when it comes to like, you know, just Gold Wars Dungeon, it has Nex and whatnot, so a good bit of content there. And then Kandarin also has a nice amount of content. It has a lot of Slayer bosses and everything that I could go for. However, I think that, and look, I know that it's not the best decision, but I'm not here to make the best decisions, I'm here to have fun, and the one tick blowpipe is fun, so ultimately I think I'm gonna go for turn 1. I think that ultimately, especially Prif is gonna be huge. As you can see, we're gonna get Priftiness, right? And that's by far the biggest thing. Yeah, so I'm gonna unlock this. And yeah. There we go, it is unlocked. cute animation and everything. Yes, let's go. So turn 1 unlocked, and our last area is gonna be desert. The reason as to why I went turn 1 second is because current is good early, late game, but like somewhat mid game. Desert is, honestly, while it has a bit of content, I think that outside of TOA, I don't really feel like I'm gonna engage with a lot of the content there, at least when it comes for tasks and stuff like that. I just don't think that I'm gonna have like a lot of fun with the tasks there and whatnot. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go turn 1. That's gonna be like my mid-lane, mid-game region. I'm gonna get, you know, maybe a Bowfa, maybe Blowpipe and everything, and then I'm gonna transition to the other regions for late game. But that's still very much in the future. For now, I'm just focusing on tasks. I'm gonna get the next relic, I'm gonna get the times 12 XP multiplier, and then I can just focus on still a bunch of tasks that I have to, you know, that are related to just doing skills and stuff like that, and I'm probably gonna then start training the skills and start doing some Slayer and everything, getting some stats in the account, and yeah, but turn 1 chosen. So we got another relic unlocked. I just knocked out a few more tasks. There's still so many tasks I can do, but and that's a good thing, you know, that's a good thing. But yeah, tier 5 relic, which is the one that I was waiting for, because as you can see, league multiplier increases from 8 to 12, also minigame points, but I don't care too much about minigame points. So yeah, ultimately that's pretty good overall, and out of all the 3 relics, I could pick any of them. This one is mostly clues, this one is mostly Slayer, especially superiors, and this one is mostly like very good, especially with the production prodigy. Out of all the 3 though, I'm gonna just outright not choose Bloodthirsty, for the simple fact that my regions aren't very Slayer heavy. Most Slayer heavy regions are Kandarin and Asgarnia. I have Desert and Turn 1 and Karind, which are mostly areas regarding raids and whatnot, so I think that this one is just not gonna be picked. Now between the other 2, they're really good. This one will essentially just allow me to not have to worry about supplies, especially when it comes to, you know, crafting darts and stuff like that, and just overall getting food and whatnot, which, you know, given that I already have the banker's note, easy food is really good. However, after deliberating a while, Treasure Seeker is mostly about clues, and Treasure Seeker gives a lot of points, because clues this league give a lot of points. So between both, I think that they are really useful, but I think the Treasure Seeker just will give me way more points overall, and that's the one I'm gonna pick ultimately, and it's also super fun. So yeah, that's it, another relic, and now I will probably be doing some clues, and I will be training my stats, because now I have a bigger multiplier. Okay, we're about to get to the next, the relic. Oh, well, that's a level. There we go, craft 50 nature runes, and we got the tier 6 relic. So we're nearing the end. Now, equilibrium is completely out of the question. Like, equilibrium just makes it so you just get overall more XP, and honestly, XP in these leagues is not really an issue. So really, what we're left with is either Farmer's Fortune or Ruinous Powers. Ruinous Power is just the prayer book that didn't come into the game and was axed. That was supposed to be one of the rewards for Desert Treasure 2. And the other is Farmer Fortune, which essentially just gives a bunch of stuff for farming, and essentially will also help a lot with Herblore, aka will help a lot with just, you know, getting stuff for like prayer pots and whatnot. So essentially after this I don't really need to worry much about prayer anymore. Now, I deliberated a lot between both of them, and I think that outside of these two, Ruinous Powers is probably like the most OP one. However, given that I already have Current, given that I want to get Rigor and Augury, especially Rigor for my build, and given that to me right now getting supplies is a bit of a pain, I'm just gonna go Farmer's Fortune, right? So this will essentially ensure that I never need to worry about prayer pots or anything like that again, because I have Trickster, I can just do Master Farmers, I never fail, I get all of the seeds I need, and then I just, you know, go Farmer's Fortune and just farm a bunch of potions. So yeah. The next tier will take us a while, that's for sure, and we're 40 tasks away for the next region, which will very likely be Desert. So this was supposed to be like a huge clue opening, but I forgot to disable the collection log pop-ups, which means that you won't be able to see most of the loot. The important things from the clip, however, are that I completed the beginner's clue log, so I got all of the rewards. I got a rune crossbow from an art clue, and I got a bunch of the Hithe from an art clue as well, got the Hithe more specifically, which is a huge upgrade. Okay, so the original audio was complete garbage, so let me actually just tell you what I actually said. Essentially, I was debating between going Asgarnia, Kandarin, or Desert. Kandarin I already went last leagues, or leagues 2 rather, and it's not very good for my build. Asgarnia could be good for my build, especially because of Nex, the right bow, Armadillo and everything, but I already went with that one when I did Leagues 2, so I eventually decided to go Desert anyway, especially because it has TOA, and I think TOA would be fun anyway. And yeah, essentially that's just it. I'm sorry, the audio was just complete fucking garbage. Okay, so we're about to get to the last relic here. We're 40 points away. They should give us the last task that we need exactly. And okay, so another relic, and yeah, honestly, out of all of them, one thing that I've realized is that Weapon Master for me it's not good. It's mostly about special attacks, and in my regions I just don't have anything that is good for special attacks. If I had gone Asgarnia, maybe I could do this relic because of the Zerite crossbow, but overall it's just not that good, so this one is just ruled out. So that leaves us with Soul Stealer and the Berserker. Now, out of these two, I've been flip-flopping a lot between them, and Berserker is really good, it's fun, and overall I think it's actually the better out of the two. And I was to a point gonna choose that one, but honestly I think that Soul Stealer is just better for me. The problem with Berserker is, well, there's two problems. Number one, I'm not a good player, so playing with Berserker is a bit harder. And secondly, I don't have a reliable way to just lower my HP, so I couldn't actually use it as well as it could be, especially because of the damage is equal to your max hit on monsters with full 8 points. So yeah, so I think that overall I'm just gonna take Soul Stealer and confirm, there we go. It's not gonna be that great in terms of HP, but it's gonna be really great in terms of prayer points. And furthermore, I'm gonna have a blowpipe, and a 1-tick blowpipe with Soul Stealer. I don't know, it just sounds fun. So yeah, tier 7 achieved, 8,900 points for tier 9. Okay, so now that we reached tier 7 relic, I think that it's a good point to talk about what my plans even are, because up until this point I've just been doing tasks, and while they're fun and I've enjoyed them, essentially tier 7 relic is what I consider my midway point of leagues, of my experience with leagues, and essentially I have two choices. I can either start PVMing right away, or I can try and get points to get to the last relic. And I can just keep doing tasks. Overall, what I decided to do, however, was to simply not start PVMing right now, or at least not like super hard, and actually go and try and get my 8th relic. My 8th relic is, in my opinion, not as important as my tier 7, but it's still important. So I'm gonna be doing tasks to get to the tier 8, and after I get to tier 8, I will no longer pursue tasks. I'm still probably gonna get them, as, you know, just keep playing the game, but yeah, after tier 8 I'm pretty much just done with tasks, and I'm just gonna probably just, you know, do what I find fun in the game. Now, with that being said, we have 9,000 points to go. How am I gonna earn those 9,000 points? Fair question. Now, I have a couple of things that I want to do that will give me, obviously, a lot of points, and there's still a lot of tasks that I haven't done yet that I can still do, but essentially there are two short-term goals that I want to get that will inevitably lead to the long-term goals, because that's something that I haven't really established yet, not for myself or anything like that. So my two primary short-term goals are A, finish the achievement diaries that I can finish, primarily because they do give some good rewards, as well as XP lamps, obviously, and B, I want to get some gear upgrades, because currently this is my best ranged gear, and that's pretty much it. I don't have melee gear. My melee gear is like a rune scimitar with, you know, rune plate body and stuff like that, and my magic gear is like an infinity row bottom that I got from a clue scroll, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go for some gear upgrades, and those are mainly the two short-term goals that I'm gonna be doing until tier 8. Now there is something else that I want to start working on, and I can promise that I'm gonna finish it before I get to tier 8, but I would love to max. I've maxed less leagues. I think it's super fun, especially now that I have the times 16 multiplier, so I have the biggest XP multiplier I can, and also minigame points are even more boosted, so that's even better for things like Soul Wars, which I haven't even done yet, and I don't know if I will do, but still there are other minigames like Magic Training Arena which have some gear upgrades that I want, which are needed for Shimantari's and stuff like that, so that all will help. And if currently, because as you can see I only have 2 99s, I have Fire Making and Thieving. If I were, because every 99 gives you 200 points, so if I were to get 99 in every single skill I have right now, that's 4,000 points just knocked out of the progress. Essentially, it's halfway done with progress, right? Again, obviously some of these skills are going to be a bit tricky to max, especially without doing PVM and whatnot. But yeah, so those are the things I'm going to be doing when it comes to tier 7. However, what are going to be the goals of, you know, the long term of leagues, right? What do I plan on doing? Well, primarily I just want to have fun, especially with PVM, so there's a couple of gear that I just want to definitely obtain just to have some fun, and those pieces of gear that I definitely want to get my hands on are the blowpipe, the bowfa, which is something that I've never actually used, not even in the main game, and the twisted bow. Those are like the 3 main ones that I do want to get, and those are like my 3 objectives. Obviously I'm gonna be doing TOA, I'm gonna be doing chambers and whatnot, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of other bosses and whatnot, so I'll be doing and getting a lot of other pieces of gear and whatnot, and again a lot of upgrades. But yeah, that's pretty much my plans for leaks. So yeah, for now I'm just gonna enjoy some skills and yeah, just do some more tasks. So we're about to get 99 wood cutting, if... Hello? Okay, we're not about to get 99 wood cutting because, of course. What the fuck? Oh, I got it while I was lagged and I didn't even get the... Are you serious? Oh, fuck off, bro. Oh, that's just tragic. I was literally waiting for that fucking moment that because of this. Anyway, we got 200 points. It's 99 with carrying done. So it was nice to AFK, and as you can see, I was trying to get a carry seed from the bird's nest. Unfortunately, I couldn't. We got plenty of clues. We got 90 bird's nests that I picked up. I didn't pick up the beginners because beginners don't actually give you bird's nests. They only give you the beginner clue scrolls, and I have luck completed, so I don't need to. And I got 5.5k teak logs. I'm gonna turn them into planks for construction, and hopefully it's enough for 99, otherwise, you know. However, I'm not gonna be doing it right now, because I still have things to do, so I still want to AFK. Now, the two best things to AFK at the moment, or at least the thing that I can AFK at the moment, is probably fishing, mining, smithing, things of the sorts. I don't know what to do for mining and smithing still. Fishing, I would probably just go to Caram ones and like fish a little bit more, so you know, just some extra XP or something. Or, and probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to sun crabs and I'm just gonna like gain some strength or attack XP or whatever, because given that I have the ranged relic, that's the one that I'm gonna be using 24/7, but I still need the melee stat, so probably that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just gonna be, you know, stationing myself in the sun crabs and just FKing. Okay, so we're done with Mage Training Arena. Honestly, the Graveyard Room, really easy. It was the fastest one because I can just stockpile stuff with Banker's Note. Enchanters, super easy. Alchemist, a bit annoying, but easy. Telekinetic, even with times 8 points, absolutely atrocious. I don't know why Jagex still says it in the game. Anyway, now I was actually only gonna do this because having a piece of infinity actually is like 200 points or something along the lines. So it was really good points. I have times 8 points for minigames, so I was like, yeah, why not? Let's just do it. Easy points, and you get some magic levels. Yeah, I went from 50s to 87 magic. It's quite I gained quite a bit of XP with this. Furthermore, I actually decided to get enough points to just do everything, so bonus to Peaches, because I want the diaries completed, so that one is done. And then I want a Mage's Book, and then I'm actually gonna buy the wand as Master Wand. There we go. So we have, yeah, okay, we have for everything, so we pretty much just bought everything. Now, the reason as why I did all of the items as opposed of, oh my lord, lag. Okay, yeah, too many pop-ups, but yeah. The reason as why I did all of the items is because I actually started thinking a little bit about it, and yeah, I was just gonna get an infinity piece for the task, but then it occurred to me that I don't really have any good armor or weapon in my region when it comes to magic. Like, even mystics, I can get mystic robe bottoms from Hydras, and that's pretty much it. I have nothing else in my region, so yeah, I just decided, yeah, let's just get the entire set, because the best thing that I could get without Mage Training Arena would be the items from Clue Scrolls. I don't know what the magic rope set is from Art Clues, or Third Age, which I don't think I'm gonna get. Yeah, until Shadow and Ancestral. So yeah, this way we get a good weapon as well, because weapon, I just did not know any weapon that I could get in this region that was good. So yeah, now if we equip, we should be getting 2 tasks here, exactly 200 points, and that should be a further 200, Master's Book, Mage's Wand, and that's... oh, that's 400 for the full set, so yeah, so we just got like 600 points there, that's 680, and another one, yeah, so another 80, so it's 740 points for Mage Training Arena. It didn't even take me that long, so yeah, it's pretty good points, pretty good magic XP. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing next, but I think I'm just gonna start working on some diaries, see what I can finish, Oh yeah, I also didn't show this, but I'm almost 1,800 total. I just stationed myself at Sun Crabs, and I was getting some decent XP. So yeah, I might just also go back to Slayer and try and snatch myself Abbey Demon task for the melee weapon, because currently, yeah, I have a Rune Scimitar and Rune, just full Rune pretty much, which is not pretty. But yeah, this grind's done. Okay, so we're about to get 99 crafting here. I just pretty much bought this skill as it's actually pretty easy to get it even without fire sales. So obviously Karanja Gloves 1 to get more toggle for the runes that I sell and to, you know, have diamonds at a cheaper price. There we go. 99 crafting, 200 points, and there's a bunch of tasks to do with the toggle that I hadn't spent because, you know, I wanted to keep training crafting. I'm gonna spend the rest of these on diamonds, and then I'm gonna sell them, because essentially what you do is you go to Varrock and you buy 50 death runes at a time, and then you sell 10 death runes at a time for toggle, and then you buy 5 diamonds at a time, and can you please, there we go, 5 diamonds at a time, and then you sell 1 diamond at a time. I sell them at Prifdina's, which is I think the best store that I have to sell them at, but yeah, essentially just make GP. I had 2.8 mil, I think. I did this, got a bunch of XP, and then I ended up with like 4.3 mil, I think. So yeah, overall now all I need to do is just the tasks, and there's a lot of tasks related to crafting, but first of all I want to upgrade my glory to a Fury, and imbue that as well, and then I'm gonna buy all of the obsidian armor for all of the points, because obsidian armor actually has a lot of points as well. And another thing that I also want to do with obsidian armor is to simply keep it, because it's not just points. Currently it's my best in slot melee armor, and I think it will be for a very long while, until maybe I get like crystal with the Blade of Saldor, but yeah. We're about to get 99 fletching, and there we go, we got 99 fletching, 200 points, and I know they wasn't exactly, I know they weren't exactly expecting it, as yeah, I didn't know how to train fletching, but here's the thing, I had 69, I bought broad bolts rather, and it took me all the way to 85 rather, as you can see 56k, and that's how I trained my fletching. And then I was like, oh, you know, like the arrows actually have the make X option, so I'm gonna do them instead, and it brought me all the way to 99. All of these arrows from 85 to 99. In fact, this has all been today. 9.5 million XP all today between the cutting arrow shafts, making endless arrows, and making the arrows themselves. As you can see, it's like 2.4k each every 15, so it's actually quite a nice amount of XP. But yeah, I didn't actually need 99, I only needed 91, so I could boost to 95 for Desert Elite Diaries. But yeah, as I mentioned, like I bought 50k broad arrows to make, and I didn't exactly know where they would take me, and they took me to 99, so that's 200 points. We're almost to tier 8, and I'm gonna keep working on the other Desert Elite requirements. We still have a few, but shouldn't be much big of a deal. As for points, yeah, I'm almost there, and I'm not even maxed yet, so yeah. So we got the rocky path. Finally, I've actually been AFKing here for a bit, as you can see, because well, I have nothing better to do and I gotta work on videos, so I'm been mostly just AFKing, and we actually got 200 mil, and it took us a while to get Rocky, but finally we got Rocky. This is also 200 points, so as you can see, we have 570 points to the next relic. I also got 99 defense, 99 hit points. I have been AFKing at Sand Crabs, as you can see, with this top melee gear, because I don't really have anything better. But yeah, we have a very few points to go, and yeah, I've just been AFK and whatnot, just for the sake of knowledge. I pickpocketed 45,000 elves, 6,000 of them were post 200 mil for the Rocky, as you can see. But yeah, we got a lot of loot. Mostly the most value is obviously these teleport crystals, which I actually ended up alching a lot of them. Yeah, obviously, you know, they are a bit more expensive if you sell them on GG, but I've been alching some of them to get GP because I need it and whatnot. So yeah, now that I'm done with this, I'm probably gonna go back to Sand Crabs, get my melees up. And in terms of points, I'm not too worried. I should get to tier 8 fairly easy, fairly soon, and once I do, I'll be back to choose a relic and then, you know, tell you what our plans are. So I did a little bit more grinding. As you can see, I got a bunch of 99s and whatnot, and I'm 40 points away, and I think these special attacks should be a hit. Yeah, I never used the special attack, and that's the tier 8 relic that I'm gonna be unlocking really soon. Let me just get out of combat real quick. Hey, wait, what did it drop? Hey, that's some raw lobster, give me. 15, ooh, that's huge. Right, okay, so finally we got tier 8. Not that I was rushing it, because, again, it was pretty easy to me to get it. I was just like, mostly AFKing stuff, because I've been working on videos, so I've been AFKing stuff, and I'm still, I mean, I'm not that far from maxing, but yeah, I'm still a few ways away, so I didn't end up maxing, and I'm currently working on the Desert Diary. Eventually I'll work on the other ones, but honestly, I kinda want the PVM at the moment, before I do those things, especially bossing, so yeah, let's finally choose our last relic, and we have 3 options. And Dying Retribution is completely out of the question. Essentially, this would be good maybe with Berserker or something, but honestly, I don't have much intentions of dying, especially with Banker's Note, which can just provide me a lot of supplies throughout the kills and whatnot, so not something that I necessarily want. That means that Guardian and Execution are the 2 to go. I was gonna go for Executioner, because, you know, pretty good. The problem with Executioner is that if you do raids with other people, Executioner becomes useless. And I was, you know, I was gonna make raids solo, but ultimately, you know, I just don't think it's that great, primarily because I was raiding through it, and this counts as a ranged item. So, yeah, respects any ranged damage reduction. So, essentially, if a boss has protect from range, you cannot use the axe, or at least like it doesn't do as much damage. So that's a bit weird. Guardian overall is just super good at everything. It's not like amazing by any means, but it's just more overall more diverse. So that's the one I'm gonna be choosing. And obviously more common drops, and there we go. That's the Guardian Relic, and that's all of the relics. This was my path: Trickster, Fairy's Flight, Banker's Note, Archer's Embrace, Treasure Seeker, Farmer's Fortune, Soul Stealer, and Guardian. So I was doing here a raid, as you can see, 2 chambers KC, and yeah, I was just testing if the ranged relic actually worked, so I don't need actually any gear switches, so that's nice. But let's actually see what's the first purple. Okay, look, I mean, it's not bad, but yeah, right now when it comes to purples, I just really want Rigger and the T-bow. Anything else, I think it's really not that great. Also, I just realized that I never really recorded the fact that I got the Desert Elite Diaries done. And I'm gonna show you why I wanted them done. Essentially, the Desert Elite Diaries gives you infinite teleports to Narda, so you have a statue there, and this essentially works as a pool for all intents and purposes. I now have, you know, fully prayer points, but let me go do, for example, a Zulrah kill, and I'll show you essentially how it works. So, we just killed Zulrah. We're venomed, and... Oh, that fucking confused me, actually. But yeah, we just killed Zulrah, right? We're venomed, so now all we need to do is go to Narda, and we use our poor man's tool, or pool as people call it, and then we just go right back. And that's all there is to it. That's why I did the diary. As you can see, it over heals us, prayer points, it healed the venom as well. I think that the only thing that this statue doesn't do that the player on House pool does is that it recuperates like a special attack. So yeah, but overall it's really good. I'm not reliant on special attack, and yeah, before the player on House pool was a thing, this is what you used to use. But yeah. Okay, so I've completed here the Kirin diaries. Just getting all of the rewards. I don't really get anything much from this in terms of actual rewards. I think that the best thing that I get from this is literally just the Ash Sanctifier, which will be a passive way for me to earn prayer XP. Obviously, I guess the teleports are also nice. The teleports that this provides are also nice. But yeah, in terms of lamps, I think I'm just gonna put it in Herblore. I think that the rest is probably easy to train, although with the Farmer's Relic Herblore is not necessarily an issue, but at this point nothing really is, so just to get myself some XP. And yeah, that's quite a bit. 800k, who's 79, so I was at 69, 79, 10 all levels, not bad, not bad. But yeah, so now that we have this, I'm gonna get my Ash Sanctifier, and I should have Death Runes as well to actually charge it, because I got a bunch of them from the elves. Okay, so if you speak with this, should give us the, what is this? Ash Sanctifier, please. Yes, there we go. And now we should be able to charge it. Let's charge it with 10k charges for now, should last us for a while. And oh, which Death Rune is 10 charges. Oh well, that should last us for a while. Yeah, I got a bunch of them from pickpocketing elves, so it's not a problem. I can always craft more because I have a bunch of pure essence, and I can do chambers for more pure essence also. So yeah, so now what we need to do is essentially I just need to either grind Zulrah for the blowpipe, and then, you know, just get myself some dart tips and whatnot, which should be easy, and the T-bow. So I've been doing some Hydra as my Slayer task, and I just got all the pieces for the ring, which I don't know exactly what rings I have access to, but this is probably like my best in slot so far, and that's only 80 points! Really? Okay, don't get a weapon, but yeah, that's probably like my best in slot ring so far, so yeah, that's nice to have. I'm gonna keep doing Hydra because it is quite a good task, especially for bones and stuff like that, and alkables, and maybe I can snatch myself the leather as well. Okay, so I've been doing some Zulrah because obviously I kinda need the blowpipe, and yeah, as you can see, like, I've got the Onyx and I've got the Serpalm. The first was at 194, It was the Onyx, finally. Yeah, so to get us all unique, it's 1 in 128, I think, and I have ×5 drop rate, and yeah, it took me almost 200 to get 2. But now that we have the Onyx and now that we have the Serpalm is an upgrade regardless, because I think that it's just versatile as an elm, not just for ranged, but for melee and magic as well. And the Onyx is good because of the Regen Bracelet, because I think the Regen Bracelet actually has better stats than the Vent Braces, which I've been using for the longest time. So yeah, I'm gonna do these upgrades and keep doing Zulrah because I still need that. I don't need the Magic Fang, but I do need the other thing because it's the Blowpipe. So I'm gonna make these two. I think that to make this, I should only need the Chisel. Where is it? Okay, give me a Chisel. I think I just chisel it, and there we go. Serp Visage. Where's my Zulrah Scales? Here maybe? Yeah, okay, I have 40k, oh, yeah, I have a lot of scales, so there we go, fully charged, and as you can see, it doesn't give more attack bonus, but the defensive bonus that it does give are incredible, and it's pretty good. So for both melee and ranged, I think I'd rather use this. Again, like as you can see, the attack bonus is -12, so it's not as good for ranged, but again, it prevents you getting venomed, and it provides like really good defensive stats. So I'm just, and that's 200 points, so I'm just gonna be using it instead. Now I'm gonna go for the Onyx, which I need to cut, so there we go. And I'm gonna make it really quick. I think I need to go to my POH because I don't have. Okay, there we go, our Regen Bracelet, as you can see, melee strength and both attack bonus. Again, not more attack bonus than ranged, but it's overall better than what I got, and of course that regenerating HP will be a huge help. So I think that this is the setup that I'm going to be using for especially raids where I need to use both melee and magic, especially in TOA, because some monsters are immune to ranged. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good setup. Now I just really need the Blowpipe. I mean, I don't need the Blowpipe, but I think it's still good to get because, again, I want to have some fun with it. Okay, so I just completed solo Chambers of Xeric with 7 players scaling. It took me a little while, and honestly, I actually, yeah, I got into Olm at like fucking half an hour, and then the Olm took me like 1 hour, and that's because Olm drains your fucking stats, and I didn't realize that, because I ran out of overloads, because I brought 2 overloads and 2 Prion Enhances, and they weren't enough. Obviously I don't have any switches because I've tested it, and right now my mage switch and my melee switch actually take longer to actually fucking do the ends. So yeah, I'm not gonna do this anymore because ultimately, yeah, look, I got to a point where I had to die. This would have been way more. This would have been like 15%, I think, because I had 117,000 points or something like that, but I had to die at the beginning of the ad phase because I had 0 ranged. So, unless I wanted my Guardian to do, 3,000 damage and take like another hour, yeah, but let's see all of that effort to see what I got rewarded with. I mean, okay, it's not all that good, personally. Yeah, it's cool to have, but I don't really use magic. I use it in TOA, I guess, so that's gonna be good, but even then, it's not that great. But yeah, obviously I'm not gonna be doing scalings anymore. It's just like I wanted to like see if I could do one. I guess that's what leagues are for, but yeah. Okay, so I decided to do a couple more raids with the scaling. I did 2 players, but I didn't record that, I didn't get anything. But now with 3 players we actually did, even though I died accidentally to Vaza. But yeah, let's see what we get. And claws. That was actually my first purple main game. They have absolutely no use to me at the moment, unless I can maybe use the spec in like TOA or something, but... Okay, at least it's points. At least we got points, but yeah, they're kind of useless to me. At the moment, really, I just need the T-bow. I think that's literally all I need. I don't think I really need anything else. Okay, another raid. I find the 3 raids, or like 3-player scaling raids, pretty comfortable so far, and always a bit annoying, true, but yeah, let's see. Is this one gonna be the T-bow, or... another fucking Dex? I literally have no fucking use for this. That's fucking disappointing. Okay, we got another purple here, so let's see what we get. And... Ancestral Rope Top. Wait, isn't that the one I already have? I think that's the one I already have, so it's another dupe. Okay, so I think that's gonna be a wrap-up for our league's experience. I know I haven't done as much content or achieved as many things as other content creators have, but you know, ultimately I play these leagues to have fun, and I've had my fun, definitely. So I think that before I actually send it off, I'm gonna do a little bit of a recap and just talk about a bit generally about the leagues and the experience. So first of all, we had a, I guess, secondary goal, if you can call it, which was to max. I didn't max, I became really close to it, and as you can see I have only a few skills to go, but yeah, I decided to not max. There is still like 1 week left to the league, so technically I could still go for max and I could still max, but really all of the skills that are left are skills that aren't really impacted by any relic, at least that I wanna like do. You know, like if it was something like runecrafting, for example, where, you know, the banker's note can be used and stuff like that, I would probably go for them, but these are just like gathering skill, you know, construction, which might as well just be removed from the game. So ultimately I just decided, yeah, there's no point in maxing, you know, I'm happy with where I got with my account. So yeah, I decided to leave it there. Again, I still have time, but I don't want to like 3-tick fucking iron or whatever just to get 99 mining, which will be gone in like a week anyway. Right, that was our pretty much secondary goal. We had another one, which was to complete achievement diaries. I completed the 2 that I wanted. The only one I didn't was Lumbridge and Raider. Tyrion 1 I couldn't because they were part of the Western provinces, which I just didn't have. Because I didn't have Kandarin. So yeah, that one, pretty happy about it. Now the main goals and essentially the big things were to get a Twisted Bow and a Blowpipe. Now the Twisted Bow I kind of failed, as you can see through my collection log. Not this one, yeah, no Twisted Bow unfortunately. Again, as you can see, I actually didn't do that many raids, and still I got a decent amount of purples. So I got the dupe and the dupe there, which unfortunate, but yeah, I didn't get the Twisted Bow. It's fine, again, like, you know, it would have been nice to have, but I know it was gonna be quite rare, and I didn't want to grind for it that much, because I don't like grinding raids too much. I like doing them, I don't like grinding them. I think it's a bit tiring, and on top of all of that, I mean, I know that I didn't go, you know, I know I didn't do raids the most efficient way possible, but frankly, again, I went about it the most fun way, which to me was just soloing it, using ranged only. I could have just gone to like mass worlds and done that, and it would have been much better, and I would have had higher chances, because I could run more raids, but yeah, again, nothing major. We did, however, get our Blowpipe, and we also got Dragon Darts in it, which you just saw in that raid, and how match TOA just gets absolutely destroyed with Dragon Darts and the Blowpipe. Now, the Blowpipe, at the beginning I was a bit afraid, because I was like, oh, it's just gonna be like a, you know, a temporary weapon, you know, it's not gonna even be that good. Completely wrong. This thing is way too much fun to use, like way too much fun to use. I'm super glad I went for it, I'm super glad I picked Tyrion, especially because honestly, I thought that the Blowpipe was the only good thing in it, and even if it was, given how much fun I had with the Blowpipe, right call, but even then, like, Prifddinas was pretty good for mid-game, especially with, you know, the Trickster Relic for hunting elves and stuff like that. Overall, yeah, really, really fun. I'm really glad I ate this thing. And speaking of regions, I think that overall they were good, you know, like, I don't regret any. I do think the Tyrion one was actually my favorite one, aside from Corinth. I guess those two were like the highlights of it, especially Tyrion one. Again, I actually liked Tyrion one much more than I thought I was gonna, so I'm really glad I picked it. As for relics, let me see, relics actually, relics. So, in terms of relics and relics regret, I think that really I only have one. It's not a regret, but it's a minor regret, which is Treasure Seeker. Not that I regret picking this relic, but ultimately, between these three, this was the one that was gonna give me the most amount of points, and on top of that, you know, like I just like doing clues more than I like doing Slayer, for example, especially within my regions where there's not a lot of Slayer to be done. Unfortunately, and if I open my bank, yeah, these are the clue scrolls that I gathered, by the way. You just get so many. And by the way, I had like 300 beginners I ended up dropping because I just didn't care for them. So yeah, there were a lot of clues that I just didn't pick up because I was just so tired. So maybe next time, if, you know, Jagex makes a thing to automatically pick them up so I don't have to worry and have my chat spammed with, you know, untradeable drops and stuff like that. And if, you know, they make it better, because currently the problem with clue scrolls is the fact that if you pick other regions before you start doing clue scrolls, you will have more steps, which makes them way more annoying to do. Because, for example, elite clue scrolls only have 2 steps in Misthalin and Karanja. So, yeah, unfortunately, I kinda, you know, unlocked too many areas before I actually started doing clue scrolls. Bit of a shame. But yeah, outside of that, honestly, the rest of the relics was fine. They were fun. I don't regret anything. The MVP was by far the Banker's Note. Like, Banker's Note was so good that I stopped caring about the Crystal of Memories. Like, Crystal of Memories to a point was just the worst fucking Banker's Note, so yeah, that was really good. The 2 highlights, however, for me, were definitely Soul Stealer and Guardian. I didn't know if these relics were gonna be good. Guardian is absolute MVP when it comes to combat, like holy shit, it just does so much damage, it just has so much added damage to you, and it can save you in a lot of situations, like for example going into a raid and forgetting runes, right? The Guardian just makes it possible to still finish the raid. Soul Stealer on the other hand is MVP because, as you can see, I have 20 prayer pots. Yeah, look, for HP, Soul Stealer doesn't heal a lot, or heal a lot. Prayer, however, yeah, you pretty much never need prayer again in your life with Soul Stealer. Soul Stealer is so good for prayer, and that's why I picked it in the first place. So, yeah, definitely, I mean, not the best relics, but definitely the highlights of my, you know, journey here. As for tasks completed, 552, 33,300 points. As I mentioned, after I hit tier 8, I just stopped going for points and for tasks, so pretty much every point that I got after the I think it's 24,000, I think it was the relic. Maybe here? No, okay, but yeah, 24,000 points. So essentially, like, almost 10,000 points are just me playing the game normally and just doing things that I like. So for the rank, I got the Addy rank. Again, I wasn't going to try to go for Dragon or anything like that. Maybe, you know, next time. Maybe next time I will. For this time, I didn't care too much. But yeah, outside of that, my highlight of the league was definitely this. Where is it? 3 Ranger boots. Yeah, I got them back to back, just straight up 3 in a row. I don't know if I recorded it. Maybe maybe I can find the screenshot I took of it, or at least of the value in the chat. But yeah, 3 Ranger boots back to back. Pretty insane. I'm pretty happy with all of them. But yeah, outside of that, I think that the rest, our bank is worth 1.2 bill, maybe a bit more with these things in it, but yeah. I think I'm gonna give this series a proper send-off with, honestly, by killing the boss that gave me the most fun weapon in the game, which was the blowpipe. So I think I'm gonna do a Zolra kill to send things off.